anytime there's a contract, then there's a legal terms that we have to abide by. There are, legal things you have to abide by so that you can move. Marriage is not a contract. The one who brought marriage into the world didn't do it in a contract form. So if you want to follow him, then you don't need to be in a contract to go into it. Marriage was created by God, and it was a desire of man to procreate and to continue creation. So if you say I'm going into marriage and it is for contract purposes, contracts have a lifespan. There are terms and conditions that applies to the contract. Marriage is not so. It is life and death. If your wife dies, you can marry again. If you don't like the woman you're living again and there's abuse, divorce her and marry again. So divorce is meant for the married people. So if you go into marriage, there are two things you should be thinking about: cheating and divorce. They are the basic things you will be looking forward for in marriage. And out of this one, I don't know why you are bringing in contract. So contract marriage, I see it to become glorified prostitution. We've glorified prostitution and want to give it a new title, like cohabitation. Cohabitation is a modified prostitution to justify the fact that Charlie, you understand what I'm saying? Because from where we are coming from, the Bible doesn't allow that. It says that somebody must marry you before you begin to procreate, so that the children will have a solid home. So my question is, if you are calling for contract marriage, will the children be contract children? Or you are going to contract marriage without making babies? Then stop and use prostitutes to clarify yourself and know that you are a good person who patronizes prostitution. But why do you go and pay somebody the right price? That you see, it can be okay here, because if you go into the States or in a European land, they don't do the extended family culture, the type of extended family marriage. They do the nuclear family marriage. So once I get married, myself and my children and my wife, we are just small. But here, once you marry, you brought close to 8 families together. Now that my wife's mother and father, they are connected with all their children. Now, their father, my wife's father, his mother and his father, they are connected to our marriage. The mother's father and mother, they are connected to our marriage. If they to their mother and father are like great-grandmother, they are connected. So when you make a mistake or an error to decide to marry in Africa and in our land like this in Ghana, then you are connecting to more than 4 people at the same time. So there are 4 fathers from my side, 4 mothers from my side, 4 fathers from my wife's side, 4 mothers from the side, including their siblings who are coming. Aunties and uncles have not come. So you see the families you are bringing together. That's how it is. If you go into marriage with this big family and you bring them to witness the marriage, and your intention is that this is going to last for 4 years, oh, you are a wicked man. Look, let me say it. Any woman who lives in Ghana here and wants to really accept a man to marry you into a contract plan or put you into that sort of box to say this is a contract marriage and you agree, among all women, you are very, very big disgrace to femininity. Then you bring children into the world and you tell them, well, me and your father will leave very soon. This is a marriage you are doing, me and your father is only for 4 years. Like democracy, is when the change of government goes, the way we are going, me and your father. So you have children, and what is it? It can hold here. Marriage brings blessing. It brings unity. It brings companionship. And it must last until death do you part. So where is the contract here? Where is the contract? So it can't hold in Ghana here. And those of you who are ready to go for it, I want to encourage you that it is a sin. It's demonic. It is not biblical. So don't try it.